This was the day they dug through the rubble of death and destruction. This is what it looks like at 13th and West Allen in Allentown tonight, the day after a gas leak sparked a ferocious explosion and fire that burned into the early morning hours, and an entire city is in mourning tonight. It is Thursday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is the pall hanging over a residential neighborhood in Allentown, that after the deadly blast. The city literally shook from the force of the explosion, a gas leak that erupted into flames at 13th and West Allen. 5 people were killed. 4 bodies have been recovered. Action News reporters Norda Mushanik and John Rollins are both at the scene of the tragedy tonight. John, let's begin our coverage with you.
And where to start, Jim? This was a horrendous explosion. I guess the latest is, as we just checked, they are still at the blast site. They are still investigating, still looking for a 5th victim. 4 victims have been recovered and have been identified not by name but by their age and their gender. It is a 16-year-old girl, a 69-year-old woman, a 79-year-old man, and a 4-month-old baby boy.
As of right now, we located and recovered 4 victims. We're still searching for the 5th. At this point, we are currently using specialized dogs to assist with the recovery.
Coroner Scott Grimm said the dogs would search for the last victim, who lived in the end unit, which was leveled by the blast. By late today, authorities using heavy equipment had removed much of the debris from the blast site and indicated they had found the likely spot where the blast originated, but would not go into any details.
But yeah, we believe we got to that point.
And that would be where? In the basement of 544?
I can't discuss that at this point. I still have to confer with the fire marshals that are actually conducting the investigation.
The explosion was so large, it was heard miles away. It leveled 2 row homes, 544 North 13th and its neighbor. Arriving firefighters had to battle the bitter cold and a fast-spreading natural gas-fueled fire that destroyed 6 other houses. Gas crews had difficulty shutting off gas service because of the frozen, icy surroundings. Authorities say there was no forewarning, no reports of gas odors. In fact, the gas company says it recently surveyed the main along North 13th Street and found no problems.
This main in question has no history of leakage in the vicinity, and there was a crew there earlier this week running very sensitive leak detection equipment, and no leakage was found.
Well, certainly natural gas is going to be a suspect as a cause of the explosion here, but at this point officials are very careful to say that they cannot say that with any certainty. In fact, they cannot say that at all. It is still an open investigation. Local investigators and state investigators will be joined now by the National Transportation Safety Board. They will also be taking a look at this explosion that rocked this community at about 10:45 last night. In Allentown, John Rollins, Channel 6 Action News. Jim?
Thank you, John.